KK Java Tutorials. In this video tutorial, we are going to talk about SQL check constraint. So let's try to understand all the concepts related to this constraint, and finally we'll look an example as well to clarify all those concepts. What is check constraint in Oracle or any database basically? A check constraint allows you to specify a condition on each row in a table. So basically we specify some condition. If that condition gets true, then only Oracle or any other database will allow to enter rows in a database table. Some of the key points you will have to note when you are going to define a check constraint. First, check constraint cannot be defined on the SQL view. Second, the check constraints defined on a table must refer to only columns in that table. It cannot refer to columns in the other table. Third, the check constraints cannot include a SQL subquery. Then fourth, a check constraint can be defined in either a SQL create table statement or a SQL alter table statement. That means while defining the table structure itself, while creating the table itself, you can define check constraints, or at the table creation time, if you did not define check constraint, then a later point of time you can use alter table command to add check constraint. Yeah. Now to drop, enable, disable check constraint. If you want to drop the existing check constraint, then you have a alter command, alter table, then table name, then you have to give the drop constraint, then constraint name. Yeah. Similarly, if you want to enable or disable existing check constraint, then you have a command, alter table, table name, then you can specify either enable or disable constraint, then constraint name. So these are the just concept. So theory is enough. Let's go to the some practical examples so that will be more clear. Yeah. So here is the SQL query, and here you can see I have a table is called employee underscore table, and here let's say I would like to define a check constraint on salary. So here what I do, I write check, right, and I would say check inside the bracket. I would say salary greater than 7,000. Yeah. What do you mean by this? So if I create table with this check constraint, then if anybody is trying to insert data in this table, then salary is must be greater than 7,000, else database will not allow to enter those kind of row having salary less than 7,000. Let's see how. So let me create this table. So here you can see table has been created. If I go and refresh, then here you can see table has been created, right? If you look into the constraint section, then here you can see we have a check constraint, which basically here is the check constraint which applies on the salary. Salary must be greater than 7,000. Now let's say I'm going to try to insert a row in this table. So let me insert a row in this table. So ID I'm going to specify as 1. Then we have a name. Name is, let's say, KK, and then we have a city, right? City I'm going to take as Mumbai. Okay. And then salary, let's say I'm going to try to insert, let's say, 6,000. Then this should not allow to me insert, right, because we have a check constraint on salary. So if I try to run, then here you can see Oracle has thrown error code ORA 02290, saying that check constraint, and Scott is nothing but the database name, and dot, this is the basically constraint name. If you do not specify the constraint name, then Oracle is going to generate the constraint name, right? But here we have opportunity to define the constraint name as well, right? So here now I'm going to redefine this table structure with respect to check constraint. For that, what I'll do, I'll drop existing table. So let me drop existing table and let me recreate employee table. So here what I'll do, salary column we have defined the checked constraint. So here I'll write I'll find constraint. Here you have to write constraint, then constraint name you can write. So constraint name you can write any meaningful name. I would say salary check. That's the constraint name I have given, right? Now if I run this query, then table has been created. Now if I run this query, insert query, then here you can see now constraint name is coming as what we have given over here, right? That's the benefit. Now let's say I want to delete a salary with 8,000, then that should allow me to insert, right? So let's insert this query. Now this will allow, right? Because 8,000 greater than 7,000. Now one row inserted. If you go to the database table here, and if you look at the data section, then here you can see data has been inserted. Now let's say few more things. Let's say I would like to drop this constraint from the existing table. Then how we can do that? And for that we have a alter command. You have to write alter table, right? Alter table, then table name you have to give, so that is employee underscore table. Then you have to write keyword drop, then constraint, and then constraint name you have to specify. That's the benefit when you specify the constraint name. Here I am going to give the constraint. So now when I run this alter command, then existing this check constraint will be dropped from the this table. So before that let me go to this table, and here in constraint section you can see this constraint is here, right? Salary greater than 7,000. Now I'm going to run this query, so existing constraint will be dropped. So saying that table is altered, if I go to here and if I refresh, then you'll see this constraint is gone away, right? So that's the way you can drop existing check constraint from any table, right? Let's say I would like to add back this constraint again. Then for that we have again alter command. So you would say alter table name, alter table name, then you have to write add constraint, then constraint name. Let's say again I'm going to give this constraint the same, which already I have dropped. If some constraint is already existing with this date, this name, then Oracle will not allow you to create a constraint with this name in the database. Make sure that keep in mind those things, right? Then I will write check and bracket, I'll say salary greater than let's say I'm writing 6,000, right? If I run this query, then say that table has been altered. Let me clean this output console. If I go and if I refresh, then you'll see new check constraint has been applied, and that is right now enabled, right? So when you define basically check constraint, then by default it's enabled. If you want to disable it later point of time, then also you can do it. So for that we have again alter command, alter table command. So if I want to disable this constraint, right, then I'll do alter table name, and then you have to use keyword is called disable, right? And then constraint and constraint name, right? So just I'm going to disable this basically constraint, check constraint, right? So say that table has been altered. If I go here, if I refresh, then you see that was supposed to remove. I don't know why this is not has been removed. That was supposed to remove. Let me go again, and so here, okay, so just we have disabled, we did not removed but disabled. So if you go to here, then here you can see now it is disabled. If you want to enable it again, then simply once you disable, then this rule is not going to enforce anyway, right? So this rule is not going to enforce, even though if you disable, then if salary is even less than 6,000, still that is going to insert, right? Again you want to enable it, right? Then we have a keyword is called enable. You have to use, simply you have to do alter table name, then enable constraint and the constraint name. I can easily enable it, right? Saying that table has been altered. If I go and check currently it is showing disable. If I refresh it, then you see now it is enabled. So guys, in this video you have learned how to define check constraint while defining the table structure itself. If you want to define or add check constraint after the table creation, that also you can do. If you want to drop the existing check constraint, or if you want to enable or disable check constraint, then how you can do using different kind of SQL command. So I hope you enjoy learning this video, guys. Big thank you, and see you there in next video tutorial.